Okay, so we have our SH18 out of my RC10 GT. I've already removed the flywheel and everything. So now we're going to disassemble it and have a look to see what's we got in there. Right, let's get on with it. I've already loosened the carburetor because that's like simple. There we go. And we're going to take off that exhaust. I took the liberty of cleaning this engine beforehand because it was disgusting and covered in dirt. And I don't like working on dirty stuff. What size are these? Oh, they must be millimeters. Metric, not standard. It's been a long time since I've had this engine apart. Let's see how. I think I've had, I don't know, maybe 6 gallons through this engine since I've had it. And I've run it on all sorts of stuff, so. Tried 5%. Seemed to run okay on 5 and 10 and 15, 20. This is the original exhaust gasket that I actually made out of a toilet paper tube years ago. And it's still holding up, so that's pretty cool. Let's see if that exhaust port. Hang on a second, I gotta go grab a flash, and I'll be right back. Okay, back again. Doesn't look bad in there. Alright. Let's pull. Of course, it's a different size, right? Always is. These are 100 times better than the Vertex engines. The Vertex engines are made in Singapore. I mean, they look good. The castings are okay. The connecting rods are the shits. And you guys watch David McIntyre there. Great guy, great videos. He had one. And the crankshaft broke in half. He ordered another one. And they sent him the engine in a paper bag, or plastic bag, or whatever it was. Which is pretty poor. Even when I got this one, it came in a box that just said SH on it. It didn't actually specify what was even in there. It just said SH engine. But at least the packaging was nice. And everything else. That damage is obviously for me. That wasn't from the packaging. Like I said, this engine is... It's seen some shit, so... Okay. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've had this guy apart. And I did replace the bearings in it shortly after the first 2 tanks, or maybe 3 or 4 tanks I ran it after the break-in, because it just started to run horrible after a while. And that was due to the front bearing leaking and the rear bearing literally falling apart. Okay. So this engine uses a one-way, or internal one-way bearing. The same with this Nova Rossi. Bet you anything they're almost the same. Yeah, they look the same, don't they? Anyways. Look at all that metal. Nova Rossi's gonna get all rebuilt. Parts are on order for it. Okay, let's take off the head button. Oh, it looks pretty good in there. It's pretty clean. Top of the piston looks okay. Let's pull that flywheel collet off of there. And I can't feel any pinch left at the top of that liner, so we're going to pull that liner out. Pull it out. Came out really nice and easy. These motor feet, I'm going to take these off at a later date. And from what I can remember, it doesn't look bad in there at all, actually. These pistons are really hard to get off, or the connecting rod's really hard to get off the crank pin in this engine. Oh, maybe not. I remember it gave me quite the fuss trying to put it back together. Don't really use pliers, it's just I can't get in there to grab it. Oh, okay, and it fell out by itself. Where'd it go? Okay, here we go. Oh, that came out a little easier than expected. Last time it was a big fuss to get that thing out of there. Then, yon crankshaft. That doesn't look bad. These are metal cage bearings. Let's give that a little bit of a clean out with some brake cleaner. Bearings. Oh yeah, the front one's not feeling too good. It's feeling a little gritty, so it's time to replace those. Okay. The crankshaft looks in really good shape, considering all of the weird fuels I've run this thing on, is even as low as 0% nitro. I didn't really like it, but it did run. Oh, is that a crack? What is that? Or is that some... Oh, it's just some schmutz on there. That doesn't look bad at all for how much I punished this thing. Oh, look at that piston. Got all this crud everywhere. Oh, there goes the flywheel for a ride to the floor. Piston doesn't look bad. No play in the connecting rod. Let's everything a little clean off here. And try not to use pliers on connecting rods or anything like that, because you can damage them. It's just I remember this one was a big pain in the ass to get off, and I couldn't grab it with my fingers. So I'll try to refrain from doing that if you can, because that's just not good. You can damage parts. Never use any kind of metal tooling when you're taking pistons and sleeves out. That's just not good. I got a new camera mount as a pair of vice grips, so that's cool. Okay, sleeves all clean. I'm going to clean our piston off. And we're going to check. So, there's the exhaust port. We know this side goes towards the exhaust port. It actually goes this way. Huh, there's actually some pinch left there. Not too bad. This engine, like I said, it did not want to stay running once it got hot, so I'm going to do a little bit more investigation on this and clean it up some more and throw it back together and see what I can find. Inside of the cylinder looks really nice, actually. There's still the crisscross crosshatch pattern from the factory in there. Like I said, I've run this engine on 0% nitro all the way up to 35% nitro, and it's taken a shit kicking for sure, and it keeps on going, so I think I just might see about rebuilding this, because since the parts are so cheap. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up here. I'm not going to bother putting it together back on camera. I will make a video if I do get it running again, but for now, keep burning nitro as always, guys. Right on.